interesting childhood. I have been the most pampered kid on earth, I would say, with not just my parents, but also my uncle and uncle's family, who really took care of me in the most loving way. I was like the queen in the house, being the smallest one, till my sister showed up. But what's interesting is I was being pampered. I still remember running around the house. I was running around the house while my uncle was teaching about Islam to a group of students. My uncle was part of the committee of the Sharia law creation in Singapore. My father was at the same time a very, very introvert man. He was not teaching outside. He was very much in the house and sharing with us his wisdom. And so I grew up in a very, very traditional uh, family that focused on growth as a human being with a lot of values. And our value was peace. My father believed that we need to have peace with everyone, most importantly with ourselves. So you will see this amazing man who walked his talk and really demonstrated peace in every essence of his life. And I'm really, really blessed that in this childhood that I was brought up, it gave me a strong foundation to everything that I am right now. I was also a neighborhood child. What does that mean? While my mom was taking care of her newborn, my sister, I was out there in the neighborhood with all our neighbors, and I was literally the 2-year-old, the 3-year-old that was playing around with everybody in the neighborhood, mostly Hindu families. And I was exposed to learning from them the Hindu culture and how they used altars to pray. And I still remember the time when I came home and put some of my mom's, dried flowers on the table and, started praying, and she was like beating me up for that. So this was an interesting experience I still remember. So these kind of dichotomies started happening in my life at a very early stage. And as I progressed in my school days in Chinese school, we celebrated Chinese New Year. It was an all Chinese school that I was the only Indian girl. And of course, my sister joined in 2 years later, but we were the only two in the whole school that was not Chinese. And that gave me an environment of almost 6 years that all I knew was the Chinese way of doing things, celebrating Chinese New Year, celebrating the Mooncake Festival, lion dance, and everything that you can think of that's Chinese. I was part of it. So it really gave me so much of, diversity in my growing up. So I'm sure many of you are relating to what I'm saying. This is not a typical Singapore girl's life. This is Azeeza's life. It gave me so much of strength in building my confidence of who I am. As much as all these things happened, I also suffered a very strong skin condition from my birth. From the day I was born with a skin condition that really affected me. And it gave me so much of scar in my life that as much as I was building my self-confidence, there's part of me that was being suppressed because of the shame I would be out there and the guilt of not looking beautiful like my sister. So, and that I was an outcast from my family because there was only me who had that condition. So these childhood scars continued for a long time in my life. And I will continue to tell you more about me, how I lost myself after the passing on of my father, and how we moved on and a whole new different way of life started unfolding for me. See you in the next video.